Yeah, this is live, just like yesterday. All right, are we rolling here? I think we're live. Okay, so welcome to our Sunday morning short game class. We're going to do lag putting. Joy, did you see our class online yesterday? Okay, good. Yeah. So Joy and Jerry, they were yesterday. They were in our online group, and now they're here with us today. So that's really, really great. So everybody, we're going to work on lag putting. So we're going to make sure everyone gets a tube of balls that is sanitized. So we have, I believe, one more tube in there. Jerry, if you go in the shop, ask Vincent for a tube of balls. Okay. Jerry? Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and get going here. So grab your putter. Even if you're at home and you're indoors, go ahead and grab a putter. Yesterday, Lauren was here. I'm going to move this away from the ball picker. The ball washing machine. So yesterday, Lauren was here, and she was able to see all the questions and all that. I can't do that as well because I'm going to be teaching the class today. So grab your putter. We're going to cover a couple little, I guess you could say, fundamentals or basics on the lag putting, and then we're going to get into some drills here. Okay. So let's have everybody come on over here. All right. And Michelle, you can go ahead and grab a ball tube. Can you show her where the ball tubes are, Maria?
Over here?
Yeah, please. Thank you. Yep. Okay, so I guess just like everything else, people are coming in a minute or two late, but that's all right. So grab your putter. So come on over, everybody. We're going to start first on the putter grip, okay? Hey, don't worry about filling it up. I got it, Michelle. Just come on over with your putter, okay? Everybody just bring a putter over, okay? So, Jerry, come over here, guys, with your putter. Over this way, yeah. So, we are going to keep like 6 feet apart, but just remember from putting yesterday, does anybody remember what we talked about, the actual handle on the putter, the unique quality about that handle on the putter?
Flat.
It's flat, so it's flat up on the part where you can put your thumb straight down. And what that does is that makes it so that you can get your hands opposing each other on the putter. So kind of like this right here. Okay, so you can get your hands opposing each other. So we're going to go ahead and put our hands on the putter with the thumb straight down the grip, right? Great. Good. So since this is our lag putting class, really the value here is coming up with some drills that you can do, some things that you can practice before you play a round of golf and as well as in a regular practice session to help you become a better lag putter. To be a good lag putter, which means to be able to get the ball, to lag it up near the hole within 3 feet, it's more a function of feeling the distance and how hard you're going to hit it than it is of anything else. So we're going to go easy on the specific putting fundamentals because that was more of our short putting class or a little bit of the class we did yesterday under fundamentals, okay? So when we're talking about getting a feel for the speed, normally what we do in class is I'll take a ball and I'll toss it to say Joy, right? And when I toss it to her, the distance is always really good. She tosses it back, the distance is good. So how is it that people can toss a ball back and forth and get the actual distance control first time right on the money? How is that possible without a lot of practice? Any ideas? Yes? Yeah, like your brain figures it all out really, really quick. So if you take somebody who has played some golf, so Jerry, would you mind just kicking a ball over here, just putting a ball over here to me? Just dump one out real quick and just putt it over. Okay, so what we want to do here is if we're target aware, so on that putt actually, you were looking kind of at the ball. I'm going to look over at Michelle, right? Ready? Right there. Now putt it on back, Michelle. Perfect distance. Maria, ready? Ready, Maria?
Yep.
Put it on back. So the thing here is, I would recommend as we do this, you don't need to take a ton of time. Stella? All right, put it on back. Perfect, look at that, look how easy this is. So this is distance control. This is lag putting over to Jerry. Knock it on back. Look at that. Joy, here we come. Joy's probably our newest golfer. Would you say so, Joy? Yeah. Look at that. Brand new. So here's the thing, like, all we're trying to do is actually something that should be the thing you think the least about and the easiest. And too often, if you played a lot of golf, you know you've been over a long putt and you've said to yourself, okay, here we go, there's the hole. All right, make sure you get it there, make sure you get it there, make sure you get it there. Oh gosh, don't hit it too hard and you completely screw it up. We want to be so comfortable at this. We look at the target, we know it's going to end up in the hole or near the hole, and then we just go ahead and we roll our putt up there to the target. That probably would have gone in the hole. I bet it would. Okay. All right. So here's a great drill you can do around the golf course, and you can do it around your home. So if I was home right now watching this video, what I would try to do is find the most space I can in whatever room I'm at, and pick out some sort of a distance to putt the ball to. What I would say is, if you're in a room and you've got like a baseboard, just putt from one end of your room to the other and try to stop the ball right on the edge of the baseboard, right on the wall. Now, unfortunately, we're not inside. We have the disadvantage of being out here on this golf course, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab all of our balls and we're gonna practice rolling. Actually, everyone pick up just 2 balls. And once you pick them up, we're not gonna pick them up again. We're going to just roll them with our putter. So just grab 2 balls. Okay, and we're going to spread out, and what we're going to do is we're going to just putt from one end of the fringe to the other end of the fringe. So if you're in your house, you know, you can do this in whatever room you're at. The larger the room, the better. If it's a huge room, you can move like halfway to the wall or halfway back. If it's a small room, then, you know, not as good as being outside. But the other thing is, like, after this class, you can take a couple notes of what we're doing, or this video will also be recorded on YouTube. It'll always be there. You can refer to it, to some of the drills we're going to do, and then when you get on a practice screen at a golf course, you can go ahead and you can practice putting those different distances. So here is our first drill, which is a distance drill, fringe to fringe. Okay, so let's have everybody line up over on the fringe over there with your 2 golf balls. And just remember, once you drop the balls, other people, you might end up with someone else's golf ball, so we're going to move them with our putter only. We're not going to pick them up with our hands. So you can keep moving down a little bit, Michelle. Okay? Good. You're good there, Maria. So here's the idea. So I've only got 1 ball. Here's Cookie. She went in the pond, I guess.
Yep, looks like it.
She's afraid of the water. She hates the water. I wonder how that happened. Girl, she got all wet. What happened to you? She's scrolling.
Oh, there's people down there playing.
Well, they're doing an exercise class.
Oh, an exercise.
Okay, so anyhow, we're on one end of the green. I'm going to try to stop my ball as close as possible to the fringe on the other side. Watch where my eyes are, everybody. You see where I'm looking? I'm keeping my eyes on the target. So just like if we throw a ball to someone, we're watching where the ball is going to go. So you want to be target aware. By the way, Cookie showed up here. She's all muddy. She jumped in the pond or something down there, which is surprising because she doesn't like the water. Anyway, so now you can see here. So I'm watching the fringe. So Jerry's doing, thanks Jerry. So Jerry's putter is basically on the edge of the fringe. All right, so one thing, guys, I'm not concerned about an actual target. I just want the distance only. So Jerry's putter there is super helpful for people watching at home, but all I'm trying to do is stop the ball somewhere in the fringe. And the reason for this is we don't want people to get tense and tight trying too much to hit a target. I want you to just think about the overall distance. So just stop it on the fringe. I'm keeping my eye on the fringe. Let's see what we get. Pretty good, right? less than 3 feet off, I can make a 3-foot putt, okay? So let's practice that back and forth. Please remember not to touch your golf balls once you putt them, okay? Let's do it. So again here, the idea is when we're playing, we want to just have an innate sense of how hard to hit the ball. You can't be trying to calculate anything related to that. And I highly recommend that you just envision the target and envision the ball getting up near the target. I don't love the idea of thinking, okay, my backswing is going to be 1 foot back and my follow through is going to be 18 inches through. I don't like being that specific and conscious of it. Some people do like that. I really like the idea of just getting a feel for the speed. Okay, let's do this a couple more times. Is there a joke you like to share with the class?
Oh God, it's like 3rd grade.
You told me?
I was pretty easily.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought maybe my fly was down or something. Okay. All right. I just checked it.
No. Just women's stuff.
Please keep your eye on the fringe, not the ball when you're putting. Now I know it's hard. Sometimes you're going to mishit it, but you're going to learn the feel for distance faster. Watch where the ball is going to go. Good.
The what? Here. Use that one. I'll use this one.
Good, Joy. So Joy's keeping her eye on the fringe. She's watching where the target is. She's not watching her club hit the ball. Does anyone know a tour player who putts like this sometimes?
No, a little off, but do the same speed though.
Jordan Spieth. Yes, Jordan Spieth.
They went to the same.
Consistency. Let's come back again and do it. Only now, let's do this. Remember, you're not touching the golf balls. Let's switch, because especially like Michelle's got a really short putt because of the shape of the green. So let's everyone just rotate a little bit. So Joy, come on down to Michelle's spot. No, just go up one thing. There you go. Either way. We need to just change position. You can leave the balls where they are and put the other person's golf balls.
Oh, okay.
So it's not going to touch them. Cookie spots a squirrel. Off she goes. There you go. So now, Michelle, you get the longest putt all of a sudden. And see how Stella is looking at the target, not the ball. She's focused on the fringe on the other side, right? Good, Stella.
There was a guy at Pinehurst, the last time they played Pinehurst, there was a guy who focused on his putting before he did that. I think it was 2017.
So what did he do?
Guy focused on his putting.
He just paid extra attention to his putting?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooks Koepka at Erin Hills?
I don't even remember the name.
That was 2017, I believe. I think it was, right? Koepka, 17, Erin Hills. So does it make sense to everybody why I'm asking you to look at the fringe over here and not the ball?
Yes.
Now, does it make sense as to why on the golf course you'd probably look at the ball when you putt? It's just when you're looking at the target, it's easier to mishit the putt. Okay? All right, so now everybody, we're going to grab our ball tubes and pick these balls up. Remember, you're not going to touch the balls themselves, okay? So just grab your ball tube. We're going to pick up the balls, and then we're going to come back here, and we're going to do some distance drills to a circle. So now we do have a target. We're going to be trying to hit the ball and make it stop in that little circle down there. Right there. Right there, okay? That's a 6-foot circle. So if you're inside the circle, your longest putt would be 3 feet. Now, this is a challenge because that's the slickest part of the green. it's actually quite hard to get the ball to stop right there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this here like this.
You want us to start?
Well, I'm going to do a little demo here real quick. Okay.
I didn't have a ball too, so I only got 3.
So if you bring that in there to Vince, we can fill it up for you.
You need a tube? That's okay.
Yeah, Maria,
I'll get 'em.
can you dump yours right here for me, Maria?
I can use his.
No, we want everyone to have their
needs
own.
one too.
Everybody needs one.
All right, I'll get you one.
Thanks, Maria.
You're welcome.
Maria's seen this whole thing done before, so. All right. Okay. So this is my whole go through lag putting practice drill. This is the main thing that I do. I like to always. Do you guys know why I like to show other types of drills besides the one that I like to use? Just because some people get bored of different things. So some people like to do like 5 different drills in 15 minutes. Some people like to do one drill for an hour. It all just depends on the person. This is the one that I personally have found the most effective, which is probably why everyone has done this in class, right? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Is everyone? So we need Michelle out here.
She's getting a drink.
Okay. All right. So we'll let her catch up. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our whole tube of balls, 20 balls. So if you've got multiple balls at home, do what you can. All right. And I'm going to pick out a target now, which is the hole in the center of the circle. Again, watch my eyes. I'm looking at the target, and I'm actually picking out a spot left of the target because I already know the ball's going to break to the left, or to the right, excuse me. So there's my putt. All right, just caught the circle. That was pretty good. Inside 3 feet. I think the circle helped me a little bit.
There you go.
How about that?
Nice.
I'm not usually that good at this, by the way. But hey, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna use on multiple balls. We're gonna use 20 different balls because there's 20 in a tube. Everyone's spread out, and all I want you to do is roll balls into the circle while you're looking at the circle. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So Michelle, you can set up right about here.
Move those so you can a little shade of all these over here.
Okay, so to give you a little heads up on how we're going to build on this, my lag putting philosophy really comes, in the most part, from a book from Dr. Bob Rotella. I'm sure he mentions it in Putting Out of Your Mind, but I think he also mentions it in Golf Is Not a Game of Perfect, where we're going to build this into a routine. So the first thing we do is we just start to get comfortable with hitting balls while looking at the target. And what's going to happen, you may have, I just kicked the tripod, sorry. What's going to happen here is you may have found this, is that when you see that your ball's about to go in the hole or hit your target, you get this feeling of anticipation, a positive feeling of anticipation, like, oh man, it's going to go in, it's going to go in, right? That feeling is what you want to have every time you putt, right? You want to have this unbelievably confident feeling that you're about to watch that ball go in the hole, all right? So real quick, everybody, you can keep doing it, but especially for Maria and Stella, what I'm talking about to everybody at home is when you roll that putt and you see it tracking at the hole, you get that feeling, right? Oh my gosh, it's going in, right?
Yeah.
That's the feeling we always want. And then if it doesn't go in, you disassociate. Forget it. That didn't happen. Let's get back to the one where you know it's going in. Has anybody ever been on the golf course and just known they're going to make a putt and they make it?
Yeah.
Have you had that happen?
Yeah.
It's a great thing.
It
And then
is
you
a great
say,
feeling.
why can't I do that every time? I knew I was going to make that. That's what we're trying to tap into. We're trying to tap into that. Okay. So again, if you're at home, it's not hurting you at all. to go ahead and just roll some balls across your carpet. If you have a hard floor, by the way, that's another great opportunity because it's like a super fast green if you're on a hardwood floor or something. Can I tell you guys a quick story?
Sure. Yes.
I'll let you finish. I'll tell the story as we pick the balls up. I've got a lot of them. And I don't think any of y'all have heard this story. Hey, by the way, I'm from the north. You're from the north. You're from the north. You're from way south. You're from the north. Michelle, you grew up around here. Okay, so almost all of us are from the north, right? Y'all is a great word. It really comes in handy. I'm glad I picked it up. Do you use it? I do.
Do you?
You say use guys,
Yeah,
right?
you guys.
Use guys. All use guys. Right.
All y'all.
All y'all is a great one.
Texas, all y'all.
I live there too.
At least in Dallas.
But I really just broke down and started embracing it here. And you know what else is great is NASCAR. Give it a try if you don't like it. It is outstanding. Michelle, do you like NASCAR? It's good. Have you ever been?
Yeah.
You've been? Yeah. Look at that putt, Joy. Look at that putt. Oh, great shot. High
That was
five.
good. Air
shot.
fair.
All right, in a couple minutes, we're going to pick these up, and I'm going to tell a little story about putting indoors versus putting outdoors. I wonder if Pat's watching this. I hope Pat's watching. I wish I could find that out. And I'm not seeing all the comments. I don't know how to do that. Let's see.
Oh, that's a good one.
No, that's not going right. Social distance. We got that going on, Dave. We're doing it. Wonder which Dave that is. I'd love to know if Pat's watching. So I haven't visited Pat in a little while because of all this stuff going on. But I think he's getting a little bit better. We texted, so that's positive. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and pick. Let's just go ahead and just pick these up now. So grab your tube. We don't want to touch a ball.
Right.
Just pick them up. Okay, so here's a little story. And Maria and Stella, this may be one you have not heard yet.
Okay.
How about that? All right, so you've heard them all, you thought. So years ago, Pat and I ran basically a class like this. It was a lag putting class. Hope you're watching this, Pat. And we were down on number 1 green, and it was in the summer. And so to avoid the greens dying out, they were a little bit long, the grass, right? So the putting surface was slow. So we went down there and we're doing our lag putting class, and one guy in particular, he said, well, this green is so much slower than my own green in my home course. I'm going to screw up my feel for distance. You know, and of course, you know, he was shooting about 120 every time he played, so he knew everything, right? But I was trying to explain to him and get the point across that it's a matter of the function of learning how to do it. So Pat and I went down there, we did the whole class for an hour, putting on that slow green number 1, and then we went into the pro shop. And our pro shop is really long. How long is that from door to door, would you say? 60 feet? At least 20 yards. And it's a hard floor. It's hard. It's like concrete, but smooth. And we went in there, and in 2 minutes, we were able to roll the ball on concrete, like on glass, right to each other within a couple of inches. It took 2 minutes after rolling the ball in the super duper slow green. So we do have the ability to hit the ball harder or hit the ball softer. It's not that you're going to get used to only practicing on one type of a surface, okay? Another thing you'll find, and we all know this from, we have a pitch and putt golf course, and the greens are sometimes a little shaggy. How many times have you hit a putt and hit the thing solid and it bounced all over the place and still went in the hole down here? Happens all the time. It happens all the time. So some people feel like also they shouldn't practice their putting because, you know, they don't have to putt short putts and all that stuff. But what percentage of the game is putting? Like half the game is putting. If you shoot 72 and take 36 putts, that's half. At least 40% depending on how you hit it. So let's go back up here, next drill, all right? So we've got a little bit of a feel for the distance, right? And the idea is that we want that feeling of, oh my gosh, that ball might go in. Did anybody have that feeling just now when they were putting?
Yes.
Not everyone's saying yes, so that's not good. Yeah? Did you, Michelle?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I've gotten a hole in one before.
Really?
Well, good. Wow, it was a long time ago, but yeah.
Michelle had a hole in one. How about that? Good for you. All right, so here's the next part of the drill. So we already have gotten a little bit of a feel for the distance, right? Maria. Anyway. So Maria and everybody else, that camera has a fisheye on it yesterday. So everyone looks heavier than they are.
Okay, good.
Especially me. I'm skinny.
I see. You were thinking same as
No, I'll admit it. I've got videos from a couple years ago where I looked a lot more in shape than I am now. So there is a fitness class going on now. You see what they're doing down there?
Yeah. I still.
Okay. So here's the idea. The idea is this. We're going to practice now. The first putt, we're going to look at the target the whole time, eyes on the target, or eyes on the back of your wall, wherever you're putting at. The second putt, we're going to look at the ball. So we're going to transfer that target-oriented type feeling that we get when we're looking at the target to when we're looking down at the ball. So it's going to look like this. First one, I look down at the target. I'm holding my finish till the ball stops. This one, I'm going to look down at the ball. I might add, so far on my demo putts, that's the first one that didn't go in the circle. And it's the first time I was actually looking at the ball when I hit it. So most people putt better looking at the hole than looking at the ball, including me a lot of times. All right. So now the drill is going to be for every other putt. You're going to putt it. You're going to look at the target the first putt. You're going to look at the ball the second putt. All right. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, if you're just tuning in here, this is our lag putting short game class, and we do this class twice a week. This is probably, of all the classes we do, it's definitely the class that is the most about practicing and the least about instruction. So as far as picking a class to stream, this is probably about as bad as it gets. Hopefully, and we could get better at this too, right? But what we're really trying to do is we're trying to do some drills to develop a feel for the distance so that you look at the target and you just know you're going to be able to get into the target. And a big thing that's going to help with this is if you ever miss the target, forget it. If you're way off, forget it. But if it gets close, remember it. Remember all the successes, because if you're always thinking about the successes, you're going to be more confident. Like in everything else, right? Okay, so let's see how they're doing here. All right, Maria was looking at the ball there. Look at that. Look at that. Good putt. That ball got in your way. We have a rate. I'm gonna start getting some of those balls out of the way for you. All right, so if you're at home, just keep working. Well, here's a question. Does a big grip? It went away. Let me just see if I find it. I'll have to come back to you on that. I think the question was, and by the way, also if you're just with us, yesterday we had Lauren shooting and she was looking at the comments so she could ask me the questions. The larger grip is supposed to help you putt with less hand action. but I don't know if there's a real actual logic explanation for that really being the case. I think it's a preference. I have a larger grip and I just kind of like it, but I don't know that it helps me really with my hand action. Some people would feel differently, and that's great, but I use just out of preference for the larger grip. I'm gonna go bat some of those balls away, so just keep working. Remember, one putt, you're looking at the target, one putt, you're looking at the ball. Did you have that feeling like, oh my gosh, so to give you an idea, this is about as long as a putt I think as you really would ever need to work on. I'm going to paste this off really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that was 17 paces. So 51 feet or so, if my math is correct. There's Joy's putt. All right. By the way, Lauren is down leading an exercise class way down there near the maintenance building. She has a pop-up workout. See them all down there? You see them working down there? Now that is being productive. She's got she got like 6 people down there, 7 people. So if you'd like to know more about her workouts, you can do that. She's got her YouTube channel and all that. Let me make this thing bigger. Country Club Elite. Is that the mat? You've been getting a lot of use out of it. Oh, thanks, Golf India. Thank you. By the way, Golf India asked a question yesterday. Maria just nailed it. Good job, Maria. Boy, you asked a question yesterday, and we didn't really answer it. About the hinge in chipping. And the chipping technique we were working on yesterday is more of a putting technique where you would hardly see a hinge. I mean, the only hinge that you would see would be the same as if you made a really long lag putt. I'm just watching the players here. There are other methods of chipping where you have more of a hinge, like it's more like a small swing. That wasn't what we were working on yesterday, but there can be a little bit of that. I never in any shot that I hit ever try to feel myself create hinge, or almost never. The only time I ever really try to create hinge is if I have a really, if my ball's really in heavy rough and I'm trying to hit a shot out and I want to come down super steep, I might get a real big like hinge on it and feel them going down. But for the most part, I just let them hinge as they go. Let centripetal force take over. So we're gonna pick these balls up, and then we're going to now work this into a pre-shot routine that applies to our practice. So what we want to do is we want to practice so that we can come up with a routine and something that's going to work on the golf course, and that's what we're going to do next. So, oh, look at this putt by Stella. That was a great putt. So the little plastic circle thing stopped it. That would have trickled up right next to the hole. That was really nice. So let's pick them up again, everybody. We're going to do another drill related to this. So I can't talk this way and that way at the same time. I don't know what the best solution is on that. Jerry and Joy, did you watch the whole thing yesterday?
Yeah.
He watched, I listened.
So how did it? Could you tell when I turned around and walked away from the camera and all that?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
the only problem was the wind.
Yeah. So look, I got a wind protector.
Oh, good. That was the only problem.
Yeah.
Other than that.
It's basically a piece of toilet paper stuck to the mic.
You use toilet paper? Oh my goodness.
That's worth $20, man.
I know, it's expensive. I should have gone on. I didn't have time to buy a cheap one on Amazon for $100. You know. So listen to this idea, everybody. Let's make sure we're spreading out as much as we can. So I think my own experience is probably similar to everybody else's. Okay. When we have for example, a long putt, you're either going to feel confident about it or you're going to feel unsure about it. If you're unsure about it, you're probably going to tell yourself, hit it harder, hit it softer, bring it back this way. You're going to have some sort of, you're going to have distraction going on in your mind, okay? So I don't know who said it, but I think it's true that performance equals skill minus interference. Okay, does that make sense? So you're going to perform as good as your skills are, but you're going to be hindered if you're interfered with in the thought process. That's why focusing is so important. Okay. Now at the end of that equation, there's plus or minus luck. So you could have no skill, shank the ball into the woods, hit a tree, and have it bounce into the hole, and you got, luck, right? Or like sometimes you can hit a ball right down the middle, hits a 150 marker and bounces in the woods. I've had that happen before, actually. So, but for the most part, performance equals skill minus interference. So what we want to do is we want to have a routine we can practice where we're not only practicing our skill to be able to roll the ball to the hole, but we're also setting up our mindset as to how we're going to be on the golf course. Personally, when I'm looking at the hole and just rolling the ball to the hole, my mind is more clear and focused on what I want the ball to do than when I'm looking down on the ball. Have you guys found that also from doing this today? They're kind of, yeah, not really, right? Okay, so that's me. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna now incorporate a pre-shot routine into the lag putting drill. And I do this for my regular putting. And what we're gonna do is let's go back up here again. So we're gonna do the same type of a putt, but we're gonna do a 3-ball drill now. So now we're getting ready for the golf course. All right. Black Caesar. We were trying to figure out who you are, Black Caesars. I know you hit balls here. I know you're here all the time, but we don't know which guy you are or girl. Okay. Can you grab a couple balls here or somebody? I'm guessing it's Ed, but I could be wrong. I didn't see if you just said who you are. Okay. So here's the idea. Hey, Maria, can you see if these balls are all in the picture here, these golf balls? You gotta look at the front of the phone, yeah. Are they all in there, you think?
Nope. They are now.
Okay, good. All right, so here's the idea. So my putting routine when I putt is I look at the hole for my practice stroke. And I imagine the ball rolling up its line and going into the hole. Then I do it again. And then I step up to the ball and I hit it. Hopefully in the hole, okay? So we're gonna practice that with 3 golf balls. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking to get that feeling of confidence that the ball's tracking to the hole, okay? Then on the golf course, so these 2 putts are basically your practice strokes, but since we're practicing with these balls, we have the luxury of hitting a shot. So I'm gonna look at my target. That's my practice putt. Which one of them? Watch it all the way. Almost got it. Second one. Feeling it, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Here we go. Look at the target, look at the ball, let it go. Come on now, come on now, come on now. Oh.
That hit.
Did it hit it?
I think it hit it and bounced off.
Yeah. Bounced off.
How about that? Thank goodness. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the drill with 3 balls at a time, and we'll do it 3 times. Then we'll move on to the last part of the class, okay? Let's do it. I'm on today, boy. We're playing golf later, I think. What's that?
Off when he's hitting well. Then he makes us do drills when he's not. So, right?
You've noticed.
Yeah, when my game is off, I just make them practice. I don't show them anything. By the way, I think no one here has hit a shot as bad as some of the shots I've hit in demonstration at times. Good. There you go. Look at. Oh no! You're supposed to be looking over there the whole time. So this is like your practice stroke, and the third one you look at the ball.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Good. Good. Hey Jerry, can you give Joy a little more room?
Oh, sorry.
He likes to crowd me.
Well, you guys, you know, they're married to each other, so it's okay.
I guess my third one was,
You what?
my third shot was actually replicating the first 2. Short.
Oh, you hit the. Oh, you
Yeah.
recreated it perfectly, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Not to the target though, but
It's not bad.
let's see.
Practice, right? You played in a tournament where they gave you your own custom shirt, huh? Huh? No, I've never seen it before. Oh, good pot, Maria. Uh-oh. Obstacle. Obstacle. So if you're doing this at home, okay, I see we have more people coming on. This is our lag putting class. It's part of our short game program, and we normally do this class twice a week. We're going to continue to do all sorts of online stuff. The weather is beautiful. Thanks, Dave. We're in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's, I can't see my temperature thing on my phone right now, but it's like, does anyone know the temperature, roughly? Warm. Probably 80. High 70s? High 70s?
Low 80s.
Low 80s?
It's warm.
Weather's good. So,
It's supposed to be mid 80s.
yeah, it's going to get hot later.
Yeah.
I like it hot. Me and Gary Player.
There you go.
As I was saying, this is part of our short game class. We do it twice a week. Of all of our classes, this is the least instruction based as far as grip it this way, ball position, swing, and all that. This class is more about showing people the drills that they can do so that they can learn how to get the speed for the feel for distance. It's 77 degrees. Thank you. Black Caesar lives here. Who is this Black Caesar? What's your first name, if you can tell me? Because I don't know who you are. I'm thinking you're Ed, because Ed is not here right now. That's who I'm wondering if you're Ed. Greg! How are you, Greg? You're not here either, are you? The other classes we do a short putting class. If you watched our live stream yesterday, he just woke up. If you watch our hit the hole, a little firm. Yesterday we did a level 1 class where we did putting, chipping, and pitch shots. So our short putting class is normally like the first segment of that. This is our lag putting class. We also do chipping class, pitch shot, distance wedges, and then we play the course. Hello, Athmaran. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to actually do lag putting the same exact way we would on the golf course. So let's everybody pick those balls up to get them out of the way, and then we're going to do our last drill.
From here?
From here, yes, yes. Yeah, so yeah, you don't have to pick the ones that are near you. Good thought. Joy's thinking ahead. Joy is thinking ahead. Also, we are going to roll out in the next week or so an online academy where if you want to, it'll be a small amount of money per month. Thanks, Dave. They do have good putting strokes. It'll be really reasonable, but you'll be able to attend these classes through Zoom, and I'll probably even do something where we could do some one-on-one lessons with Zoom. Jerry, last week we did a remote lesson with him. We used an app called Perfect Motion that enables me to see what he's doing in his swing, and I was able to actually communicate with him through Zoom as well as the motion maps to really help him out. Kevin, how you doing, Kevin? I'm surprised you're not here today. You must be out of town working. He's an essential employee, so. And by the way, Kevin and everyone else who's just tuning in, no one is here helping with the camera, so when I'm out running around, I can't see any of the comments. All right, now we're gonna actually work on how we're gonna putt on the golf course. Okay, everybody, so here's how we're gonna do it on the course. Here's my ball. So now the idea is we are practicing to make putts, okay? Since all of these golf balls have been intermingled with each other, we're not gonna pick the ball up. But normally what I would do is I would mark the ball, I'd mark it, I'd get behind it, I'd use the label on the ball for my line I wanna start the ball on. That'd be my first thing. And then I would go through my actual procedure of practice strokes. So we're gonna just pretend the ball is lined up correctly. So now what I'm doing, and this is, I think, really crucial, I'm gonna putt the ball as if I'm going to an imaginary target a little bit left of that actual hole. Does anyone know why my imaginary hole is left of that hole? True, but if I stand up over this putt and I'm in this position here, and I'm imagining the ball rolling down the line to the right and boom, hitting that hole. From here, that would be my thought. When I come back here for a practice stroke, my entire line, my imaginary blue, I use a blue line in my mind, my imaginary blue line and the hole have all shifted to the left that far. Does that make sense? So I'm imagining like a little movie in my mind of two different lines. The actual line I'll be on and then my practice line because I can't make a practice stroke here because I haven't hit the ball. Does that make sense? Totally. Yeah. So here we go. Lining it up. And you'll be such a better player for in this part of practice, doing it less often but taking more time and more attention. Okay? I just watched it go down and boom, in the imaginary hole. I am much better looking at the hole, no question. So when I play today, I might even do a little bit of that. We'll see. Okay, last drill, one ball at a time, and we're only gonna do this for 5 minutes, okay? So you're only gonna hit 10 balls at the most, okay? So at home, same thing. Go ahead and just take your time. You can use any routine that works out best for you. This is very similar to the one that Davis Love used to use, I know, because he was pretty big when I read Dr. Bob Rotella's books on putting and the mental game and all that stuff. Okay.
His house burned down.
No!
His mansion in Georgia burned down.
Davis Love?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's terrible. When did that happen?
Last week.
What happened to him?
Davis Love's house burned down. I'm sorry to hear that.
To the ground. I mean, like that. It was all over the place on the news.
I know somebody who has spent some time with him, and he's a great guy. So Maria, check your alignment. Hey everybody, make sure you check your alignment. Not just poor Maria's in front, she's just getting hammered.
Oh my gosh.
a great putt.
Thank you. Oh, look at that.
Stella.
That was fun.
Especially if you're watching this at home right now, we still have people hanging around, which is great. If you go to my website, you can download the Perfect Motion app. So you just go to sullivangolf.net /Perfect Motion, or you just go to sullivangolf.net and you can, on the top, there's a thing for it. And you can download it or install it on your phone. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. And through April 30th, you actually can get all of the pro paid options for free. So you can use it for over a month for free. What's nice about this app is, and as you use it, you'll see that it really gives you great feedback as to what you're doing in your golf swing. But I can see your map. So if you sign up through my site, you can select me as your pro, and then I can see all the maps you make, and I can have a really good indication of what's going on in your swing. Then I can help you out with that either using video and like Zoom, or even on the phone. I can watch your maps as you're hitting balls and say, okay, well, we need to, are you finishing with your weight in your front foot? Can you tap your back toe? Can you do all that stuff? With putting, it helps you out with knowing if your head is moving around or not. Chipping is similar sort of a thing. So it's a really powerful app. It has a daily lesson mode where you can use the app on your own, don't have to talk to me, nothing, and it will kind of give you the feedback only on the most important things in your swing. So it's not telling you something different every single time. People really seem to like the app, and you just put it just goes on your phone, and you just like lean it against like a basket of range balls or a head cover or inside your golf bag. They also have these little cases or these little stands for them right here. You just put your phone in that little stand like that, and just tilts back. And we're going to give all of our students one of these stands today. And I think what I'll do is if we'll have a monthly sign-up deal. If you sign up for the monthly online golf academy, that I'll send you a stand. I think we'll do something like that. All right. Has everyone done this 10 times, you think? Okay. So let's all, this is where I say huddle up, but let's not huddle up. Let's maintain 6 feet distance, right? Any questions or comments on the lag putter? No? Did anyone think it was a little weird having the thing on, the camera on? No? I thought it was kind of weird. I thought it was a little weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get any downtime. I got to keep talking all the time, right? But, if you want to join our email list, you can go right to my website and join the email list. Or you can pop me an email if you'd like to have more communication about the online stuff here on this. What did you think about using Perfect Motion the other day?
It was okay.
Yeah? Any trouble with it?
No.
Use your error, but that's all.
Yeah, well,
We're-
it took
we're
a little
learning.
time to figure it out.
So they get to use basically Perfect Motion the first time and Zoom the first time.
Yes.
Well, I was using Zoom for pretty much the first time, so that was fun. With another guy in Massachusetts helping us out. So
I'm
now,
still doing those drills. They're really good.
doing the drills?
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
just like this.
Awesome.
I like that.
At your club.
Yeah.
I do too, even though,
What's that?
yeah, I really like the app. Yeah, I do too, even though I get.
I've got stands for everybody, by the way, for that. Wrapped up, and I'll give everybody one of those who wants one. Okay, so now we're at 11 o'clock, so we're going to do practice with a pro. And then at 12 o'clock, we've got fundamentals, and at 1 o'clock, we've got advanced classes. So this is the end of our live stream for today. Thank you for watching. Thanks for putting up with that, everybody. I'll probably get better at being seamless on this. So we're good. On to the next thing. Let's get a drink and move forward. And I'm going to check the comments. Yeah, let's pick them up. Let's do it. And I'll check the comments later on and get back to people who had questions. Thank you for watching.
Now, this rubber band thing that you put